Welcome back to PCOS Healing Adventure with me, Dr. Ami Patel. In today's video, we're going to talk about a homemade trail mix that I've made for myself. And since this is one of my first videos where I mention a food and a recipe, I just want to mention that I don't count calories anymore. I know I've mentioned in my previous video that I used to count calories and restrict to about like 1,200 calories, but I don't do any of that anymore because it didn't work for me. The reason I bring this up is because I know there's concern that nuts are filled with lots of fat, but I do want to mention that it's good fat and it's good calories. Since I don't count calories anymore, I try to focus more on eating mindfully, being aware of how much I'm eating, and eating slowly so that when I'm full, I can stop instead of overeating. So I want to mention that, the reason I came up with this little trail mix is because when I cut dairy out, I used to eat Greek yogurt every single day for lunch, which had a good amount of protein in it. But since I cut that out, I wanted to find something that was a good substitute that also provided a lot of protein. I use this little scoop. It's about 1/4 of a cup. So that's how much I usually eat in a day. I had a concern with the store-bought trail mixes because they were filled with lots of sugar and lots of salt. I wanted to avoid the added sugars because of my insulin resistance. And then a lot of salts can also put me at risk for heart disease. So I wanted to eliminate that. So I thought to myself that, why don't I just buy all the nuts separately and kind of make my own thing. Nuts are a good type of food to add into your diet if you want to eat a more balanced type of diet, which is really good for PCOS. Not only that, they're filled with lots of protein and fiber. They also have lots of antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties, which are really good to help lower your cholesterol and triglycerides, which can help prevent heart disease. I like to buy all these items in bulk from BJ's or Costco. It's really a lot more economical and it lasts a long time. As you can tell, most of these are BJ's or Costco brand. As far as the peanuts go, I have unsalted, dry roasted peanuts, but I also have like regular not roasted peanuts. These are from the Indian grocery store, they're Swad brand. So I like to mix it up. Let's take a moment now to talk about soy products. I know it's a concern that soy is bad for you. However, it's okay to have soy in moderation. And you want to try to use unprocessed products like edamame or tofu. They're definitely a really good source of protein, so we should be incorporating them in our diet. You want to avoid overly processed soy products like soy milk in excess or like soy protein isolates. So soy is okay if you have like edamame and tofu. When I cut dairy out, I had a hard time transitioning from eating milk chocolate to having dark chocolate because I thought it was really bitter. But dark chocolate actually does have a lot of health benefits, so I did want to try to eat that a little bit more, as well as, kind of satisfy any sweet cravings I have. So if you eat about like 70% of cacao or more, then it does have a lot of antioxidant properties. It can also help with insulin resistance, and of course it can satisfy any sweet cravings that you may have. So the ones that I like, I actually found this at Trader Joe's. It's 72% cacao dark chocolate. It's dairy-free and gluten-free. Of course, it does have a little bit of added sugar, about 4 grams for 1 tablespoon. But if we add it into our trail mix, it's not really going to be that much. It's not ideal, but we're talking about progress here, not perfection. Then there is also another thing I found at Trader Joe's. This is completely cacao chips, so it's 100% cacao and it's unsweetened, so 0 added sugar, which is really good. However, I haven't tried this yet because I'm a little concerned that it might be bitter, so we'll see how this goes. Another thing I like getting from Trader Joe's is this unsweetened coconut flakes. Coconut is really good for you. It's filled with fiber. It also has good fat in it, which can curb blood sugar spikes. It also has some minerals in it, such as iron, which is really good for us. Also, I know there might be concern that this has sea salt in it, and these pistachios are lightly salted, but it's just a little bit of salt compared to some of the store-bought items, and most of these nuts, like the peanuts, cashews, walnuts, almonds, they're all unsalted. So a little bit of salt between all of these, it's gonna be okay. So now that we talked about how this trail mix is gonna be really nutritious, let's get to making this delicious trail mix. I'm gonna start with just about half a cup of all the mixed nuts. You know, the best thing about making it at home is you can do any variation. If you have allergies, you can leave something out. If you like peanuts more than almonds, you can add a little bit of more peanuts and less almonds. So I'm just gonna start with about half a cup of everything. So let's start with the edamame. Let's make some space here. All right, so edamame. Add some cashews. So I'm gonna do like 1/4 cup of these nuts and 1/4 cup of these peanuts, primarily because my husband loves these peanuts and I know he might freak out a little bit if I use all of them up. So we're just gonna mix both of these. Let's add some almonds. Walnuts. Okay, so for pistachios, if you want unsalted, you can definitely buy like the pistachios that are already shelled. I mean unshelled? Shelled? What is it? Pistachios without shells. But, you know, I like to save those for other types of recipes. I'm just gonna use these pistachios because pistachios can be expensive. So I love pistachios. Just gonna add a little bit more there. Let's hope this doesn't fall. Okay, so got some things in here. Oh, also you can, if you like to, you know, have a little bit more sweetness, you can add raisins. I typically don't, but since I have some in my pantry, I'm just gonna add them in. Okay. Now we'll add a little bit of the fun stuff, the coconut flakes. So I'm just gonna start with maybe like 1/4 cup of these flakes. And okay, so before I decide which of the cacao to add, let's try this one. Okay, this is a little bitter for me. Let's see if I try it with a piece of almond. Wow, this is actually really bitter. Not too bad, not too bad. I just don't think I'm there yet. So we're gonna just add some of the dark chocolate, 72%, which is pretty good. We'll do 1/4 cup. All right, so that's pretty much it, guys. Not too bad, right? Pretty quick and easy. Now we get to do the fun part. Shake it all up. Shake it, shake it like a Polaroid picture. All right, look at it. It's mixed up so nicely. Okay, just gonna pour it out here for you guys to see. All right, there you go. Such a good mix of everything, really protein packed and delicious and nutritious. So see, if we look at the dark chocolate, there's actually like not that much that comes out when you mix it all up. So if you want, you know, this is however you want to make it. So if you want to add more of some of the dark chocolate or coconut flakes, feel free to do that. And if you want to mix up the nuts, feel free to do that as well. All right, that's pretty much it, guys. Once I have everything mixed together, I like to put it in separate little containers for the week so that it's easy grab and go for lunch or as a snack. So if you learned something new in this video, or if you enjoyed making this trail mix with me, be sure to hit like and subscribe so you don't miss my future videos. Also follow me on Instagram at PCOS Healing Adventure. Also leave me a comment telling me one fun thing that you add to your trail mix. Just wanted to end this video with a reminder to myself and to you guys to be kind to yourself and be patient and focus on progress and not perfection. I'll see you guys next time. Let's take a moment now. Wow, okay. Let's take a moment and talk about soy. I know it's a concern about negative side. I use this little measuring cup from, it's like a from a protein. Ooh, sorry if that was loud by this speaker.